Hello, Mzansi. Welcome to it as Hollywood Bets brings you another exciting episode of Game On with a lot to talk about in the way of the FIFA Club World Cup, what's happening locally, in knowing who, of course, will be participating as the new team in the Premiership. And we start things off a little bit differently today. Of course, Shane McGregor is here. We'll be joining him a little bit later in the show. We start off with Jerry sitting alongside me because we carry on a story that started last week. In as far as the Khabba Cup out in Umlazi, Hollywood Bets, of course, giving back to sports here in South Africa. We go back to part 2 of that story and we'll break it down with Shane McGregor, or rather, Jerry Skhosana on the other side of this, Jerry.
I'd like to say to my brother, you know, a young man I played with at Kaizer Chiefs, Oman Ngoba, that congratulations and you're doing good work.
The 4th edition of the Khabba Cup started with 32 teams dreaming of eternal glory, with 120,000 rand on the cards for the winning team. It came down to the last 4 on the final day, with the Eastern Cape 11 advancing after an extended penalty shootout battle, with 2 for joy as they booked their tickets in the final. The second semi-final saw FC Lagos taking on future NMZ in another hotly contested affair at the Kings Welitini Stadium, which set up a mouth-watering encounter between Eastern Cape 11 and FC Lagos in the final. It was then down to the last 2 to decide who would be the 2025 Khabba Cup champions. Many felt that the final would be close, but having played the earlier semi-final, the Eastern Cape 11 would have been the fresher team and duly took the lead going into the break. But despite having the advantage, the man who was eventually dubbed as the coach of the tournament, Sizwe and Jerry, refused to settle for anything but the best from his team.
We are leading good first half, ne? Yeah, but my first, we need to score a goal. But the only thing I'm going to see is the rest attack. Says what I'm judge. If I'm saying let's attack, let's see my defend, and let's defend the options that going forward. Let's force it defend. I'm a center back up. Just not 2 strikers. Let's say we win another one, we move on. It means that I'm uncomfortable because if we win another, come left back. We must find a cover over. It's center back, ne? Says what I'm checking. Yeah, let's work. Let's concentrate, my friend. Let's work.
The pep talk worked as the Eastern Cape 11 got the job done in the second half, and the emotions came flooding through for all the players and staff involved on the day. The men from the Eastern Cape crowned as the 2025 Khabba Cup champions.
Hey, ngizanjabule kakhulu because it oqala lidlala le tournament and besiyilungiselele ingakho besibelana nala egroundini.
Hey bhuti wami, hey angazi ngathini. Ithena apha ebeni namhlanje idlula last year. So every year tournament iyakhula. So nje ngithi ngibonga kakhulu nje abalandeli nabo bonke ngendlela abayiphatha khona kule tournament. Ngithi ngibonga kakhulu. Yona ukuchaza ukuthi ngijabule kangakanani. Imeni goal kakhulu. La ngifuna ukuthi abafana abascoute because abafana abadlala lapho kuma team lawa phansi abanakiwe. Njengoba nathi mina angenza tournament ezokwazi ukuthi ngibabize labo coach ngoba abafana bebelapha nje benganakiwe kodwa manje amakhola labo coach bazokwazi uba-scout-ke bakwazi ukuthola ama-quarter PSL. So into eyenzeka leyo first tournament eyenzeka umbutho uma wa-scout Richards Bay manje u-national team last season kwaucaba u-national team. So nje i-tournament ihambisana njengepisode.
Well, there you have it then. And once again, Hollywood Bets giving back. And the man who was present out in Umlazi is Jerry Skhosana now. Jerry, great to be in your company. Maskhulume about organizing such a tournament. This was a tournament with 16 teams. I believe there were 4 venues used in starting off this tournament. How long did it last? And talk to me about the organizing of such a tournament and the work that goes behind the scenes between organizers such as yourself and Hollywood Bets as well.
Thanks, Sizwe. I think it was a great initiative from the guys, especially Ubaba Mkhize himself, Ukaba. I think for me to have that tournament, it's like the pedigree of the players that you're going to have as a team, because it's not just a tournament where you prolong, maybe there is time for rest and stuff. I think it's so immense because kufanele udlale ama-game awu-4 uma uya ku-final. So it's only 2 days. So 4 venues with 4 teams each venue, which is 16 teams overall. And then you need to win that group on a Saturday. And then you qualify for the semi-final at King's Wellington Stadium on a Sunday. Also, if you win that semi-final, you go to the final. So ngitshele ukuthi play and it takes kangakanani.
And also now, from an organizational point of view, it's 4 venues. Luckily, KZN didn't manama venue maningi, so they can accommodate 4 venues. They can find 4 venues to use in a tournament, one tournament. Also, you have to now, teams have to travel. It's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes here to make this happen.
Yeah, a lot. But one thing that ngaithacha kakhulu ukuthi the people that were behind the scenes in terms of helping the tournament, because final all these people come together. I thought that was another team of the oldies that was going to play because they were like in uniform, track suits, all of them, more than 20 or so. So I think for me it's a good thing because it's not only looking at the players themselves, but also all the people that are helping to run the tournament. You know, it was a good thing for them to be there, being involved. So I felt like this Khabba Cup for me, World Cup as a KZN. And also the team that won the tournament is from the Eastern Cape. So it shows there is interest because of the way this tournament is run.
Tell you what, the strength of Kasi Games is growing here in South Africa. And of course, Hollywood Bets doing their bit in ensuring they contribute in the grassroots football of South Africa. When we come back on the other side of the short break, we discuss what's going on in the FIFA Club World Cup, including later on in the show, we'll talk about what's happening here locally and Mamelodi Sundowns as well.